This module is a part of the training series for the POWER program, Positive Outcomes with Emotion Regulation. The module will describe Group Meeting 6. The topic of this meeting is to continue to work on the catch, check, choose strategy that was introduced in Group Meeting 5. Please take a few moments to review this disclaimer about this training module. Our objectives for students this week are: identify the steps to using catch, check, choose, and independently demonstrate the steps to the catch, check, choose strategy. For this group meeting, each student will need their student book, a writing utensil, and this week's challenge form. One optional material for students is colored pencils. To run the group meeting, you will need the agenda, the group expectation poster, and a challenge form that you completed from last week. The group meeting begins, as the other sessions do, with an overview of the group expectations and agenda. Following that, there is guided practice of guided imagery and a review of the previous week's challenge. Then you will review and do some application activities on the catch, check, choose strategy before providing the challenge and wrapping up. Just as with the previous group meetings, this meeting begins with a review of expectations for the group. Then you will review the agenda for the day. Next, you will guide students in practicing guided imagery. Using the script in the manual, you will lead the students through the guided imagery exercise. Before you review the challenge from last week, ask the students to recall the previous session. The key information to cover is the 3 steps of catch, check, choose strategy. Students were asked to complete a challenge form to include some adaptive, brave, and calm thoughts that they can use when they are in challenging situations. First, share some adaptive, brave, or calm thoughts that you identified and why you selected them. Then ask students to volunteer to share their examples. In the student books, there is a scenario with Anthony and his football team. In this scenario, Anthony has had a great game, and his friend Ian told him how well he played. A week later, Anthony overhears Ian tell their teammates that he thinks the coach should start him in the game instead of Anthony. Anthony thinks he can play my position better than me. Using this scenario, lead the students in walking through catch, check, choose for Anthony. Students should be able to identify that Anthony's thoughts are not realistic or helpful, so he should choose to let that go or change it. The next scenario is about Tamar, who is out shopping for a birthday gift. She sees some of her other friends out shopping and thinks, no one wants to hang out with me after school. You will lead the students through the check, check, choose with Tamar. For the independent practice, students will take out the student book and complete a form. Students should select a real situation where they had a thought that was not realistic or helpful. They can choose whatever example they would like. Once they have chosen a situation, they can draw or write about it. They should draw or write what they first thought, and then an adaptive, brave, or calm thought that could have been chosen instead. If they choose to draw, consider having colored pencils as an option here. The challenge for this week is for students to practice catch, check, choose strategy this week. They can write or draw about the situation on the challenge form. This module was designed to provide an overview for facilitating Group Meeting 6. See you next time for the module for the final group meeting, number 7. This resource was developed by the Devereaux Center for Effective Schools and has been made available to you through the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration and the Northeast and Caribbean Mental Health Technology Transfer Center.